So you do accounting since
Yeah.
2006, 13 team members in Poland. How things are
Yes.
going?
Yes, exactly. I have my own company,
Mm-hmm.
and we provide accounting and bookkeeping for corporate companies and for individuals,
Okay.
and payroll, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I don't
Okay.
know what you want to know. Yes, we provide services for Polish companies, for international companies also that have subsidiaries in Poland.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
we do provide services in English.
Okay. You're the sole owner of this company?
Yeah, it's basically one-person company, but I have employees, of course. Yes,
Mm-hmm. On-site
we are.
employees in the office or remote employees?
Yes, employees are in the office. We have the whole building for ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, some people work remotely. Yes, if they can,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
sometimes they are in place.
Okay. Just
So it
curious.
depends.
Mm-hmm. Just curious. How do you build the business? How do you get the clients, and how did you scale from a single person to international clients, local clients,
Okay.
corporates?
Of course, when I started, there was only me, just me,
Mm-hmm.
and I was building the company very slowly. So I was gathering first client, then another and another.
Mm-hmm.
Then clients recommended me to
Mm-hmm.
another client, and at this point we have about 130 clients
Okay.
currently.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, um, and
Since
of
the start
course,
or
as
at the moment, the current clients or the all?
current
Okay.
clients
Okay.
for the whole existence of my business, it
Mm-hmm.
was, I think, about 300 companies that we provide services to. And of course, when my company started to develop, I was employing
Mm-hmm.
new people
Mm-hmm.
because I couldn't manage on my own. And at this point, I'm more focused on management.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do so much operational work
Mm-hmm. Okay.
because,
How?
you know, people are
Uh-huh.
doing it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And, you know, of course, it's a lot of work because we are quite a few and I have to
Mm.
organize everything. And, you know, I contact clients. Of course, I have some contact with clients still
Okay.
because I do talk to them when they need some advice or some special
Okay.
help. Yeah.
Mm.
Not everything my employees are able to do.
Mm.
But the amount of work I'm doing, it's less and less every time.
That's good.
So
Mm-hmm. So you will be more
basically
delegating more and scaling the business. That's a good thing.
uh, yeah, but I try to do it quite slowly because it's, you know, it's difficult when there's a new person coming to your company, new employee, you have to train him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to teach him everything and you have to make sure that what he's doing is in accordance to your
Yeah.
internal policy and everything. So, you know,
Mm.
it's a
Right.
process. So,
Right.
you know, when you are doing it too fast, it's very easy to make mistakes, and the quality of work
Mm.
is then suffering. Yeah.
I usually make videos and just record them and just show it to the new person, so I don't have to repeat the same thing again. But yes, few things has to be given time. You have to give time to few things. Maybe he has some questions, some unique questions or different questions that nobody else had asked before. But anyway, or scenarios or cases. Uh, the initial clients might have been difficult for you. The first one, two, three, five clients. How did you manage to get those clients?
Um, you know, basically, we tried some advertisements in newspapers, in internet.
Hmm.
At that point, you know, when I was starting, uh, right now we are not advertising at all. We don't do any marketing.
Hmm.
Basically, the clients are coming from recommendation. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in Poland, it's very common that like advertisement in my business is not effective. It doesn't help.
Hmm.
Well, clients are just recommending to other people us, and that's why we have new clients coming.
Why not
Sometimes
put testimonial videos on your website of clients and advertise that instead?
we tried many things, like our website. We tried some social media advertising. We tried radio advertising, and basically our experience is that it doesn't work too well. Yeah. Sometimes the clients are finding us on our website, but it's not very common. Like 80% of clients, it's someone calls me and tells me, okay, I get your telephone number from this and this person. Yeah. And I'm looking for accounting services, and
Right.
that's how this goes.
Right. How about telling your current customers for a discount, 25%, 50% discount for them, and 25% for the referee? So both get benefit, and you just keep on scaling by that, because everybody would. It can be a discount. It can be anything attractive to them, but some advantage to the referrer and the referee, both.
Yeah, I know that some of my colleagues are doing this, but basically what I think, I don't see it as very ethical. Okay,
Right.
because I believe that the client should evaluate my services and decide if it suits them or not. And it's difficult to buy something for the money. Well, technically I could do it, but my policy from the beginning was to build a good service, so the service could sell itself. Yeah.
Right. Right.
And it works better than just offering money for new
Right.
contacts.
Right. Right.
But yes, sometimes my colleagues are doing this, and basically it works. Yeah.
Okay. So coming to AI and your fear of taking over, the AI taking over, you mentioned that in the notes, that there would be some automation, the machine learning and artificial intelligence might take over, and what fears do you have? Because that's the area of my interest as well, AI. And
Uh, it's not exactly fears. It's something that is happening. Yes, this process is already happening. We have AI, and we can't stop it basically, because it will be coming. And as European countries, because Poland is in the European Union, are putting more and more pressure on the process automation and taxes automation, and gathering and collecting all data directly from companies. So this process will be going further and further, and we have to deal with it. And it already started. In Poland, we have a lot of processes for the tax offices automated, and we have to manage. And as I see, when I was starting a few years ago, it was completely different work than it is now. Yes, it's different processes. There are different tasks that we have to manage. Yes, more and more things are sent automatically through electronic, services of the tax offices. So I believe this will be going on. Yeah, and I think next year what will be happening in Poland is that we will have this electronic invoices that will be centralized through our Ministry of Finance. So each company will be issuing invoices directly in the system of Ministry of Finance. Yeah.
okay.
So basically, the tax authorities will be immediately knowing of your taxes. Yeah. So it will be a revolution basically for the accountants. And I believe that the role of accountants will be changing through time. It will not be so much of inputting invoices in the system, because it will not be the case. Yeah. Of course, there will be some, operations that we will have to book manually, but more and more will be just electronic transfer of data. Yeah. So basically, there will be a lot of people that will be losing jobs. But on the other hand, that will be more people, employees on the market, because lately, for the few 3 or 4 years, we are short of employees. And this causes that, for example, my company cannot evolve too much and cannot grow too much because I don't have people to work. It's very difficult to find a new employee, especially educated one. So, on one hand, is a threat. On the other hand, perhaps it's a good thing. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. I
It
would I
depends
would
if,
say more good thing because what if I say that the AI machine learning would be erasing dumb jobs and creating more smarter jobs. Okay,
exactly,
but we have to change
exactly, it
for
will
that.
be
We
this.
have to change accordingly.
Yes, so basically, accountants will have to be more of based on tax knowledge and the regulations knowledge and help and support for the client, and not just putting invoices in the system. Yeah.
Hmm.
So they will have to be better educated and you know more in touch with the client needs, simply.
Okay, coming to the
Yes.
invoices. So, do you mean that in Poland soon every business transaction would have to be entered in a centralized
Yeah,
government-based database or system or portal or
exactly.
website, and that's basically you sell something, you put your invoice and the details there, so they instantly
Yes.
know what you're selling, how much you're selling, what might be the tax, the sales tax, and indirectly they would know the corporate tax as well. I mean,
Yeah.
indirectly, not
Roughly, yes.
exactly, but yeah, roughly. Hmm. Okay.
Roughly, yeah, because they will not see some transactions that are still happening in the companies, like
Yeah,
bank
expenses,
charges,
okay, sundry
like
expenses.
more invoices. Yeah,
But
but still,
one second. If everybody if it is mandatory for everyone to put an invoice of any selling purchasing in the system, then everything would be, even if you buy a pen or a paper or a pad, the invoice goes
yeah,
there. Then yeah,
yeah,
you just have to
yeah.
categorize them in your books of accounts and profit and loss and balance sheet. But that's all you have to do. But indirectly, the government would know everything.
Yes, it will. Well, at the beginning, it will not concern the individual customers, yes, but everyone who has a company, individual company or limited liability company, the corporate company, then
Hmm.
they will be obliged to do it, yes. But I believe that in the future, maybe in a year or in two, this system will also include all individual purchases. So if you go to the grocery
Grocery.
store and buy some vegetables like carrot or anything, the
Right.
government will know instantly, yeah, what you
Hmm.
purchased and how much you paid, yeah. So they will know your costs, your spending, your income, everything.
That's
This is
very
the case,
interesting.
yeah.
Very interesting. It's coming
And
in 1 or 2 years. Do
yeah,
you think, even for individuals?
I believe it will, because when they implement this system, the system will cost millions. I believe, because
Hmm.
the Polish companies, there are very many, yeah, and the amount of data they will be collecting, it will require servers and disk space, and and someone who will administer everything, and the software and the programs. So if the government is spending so much money to get all the information or the
Yeah.
data from the market, I believe it will include more and more entities in gathering of this data.
Yeah.
So
I,
I believe
I'm.
soon it will expand.
I'm in software background. I know it's a petty cost as compared to the benefit that the government will get. You will get a
Yeah,
huge benefit and huge transparency, huge and analytics of all the
yeah,
data. I mean, it would be very transparent. Okay, that's any other countries
yeah.
that you think have done it already or doing it?
I think Spain already has it,
Oh,
and I believe some more European countries are working on it. Uh,
hmm,
I don't know the status, yes, the state they are at, but well, Poland will implement it starting from July next year, yeah, if nothing's changed, of course, because
right.
well, we are still not sure if the government will manage to do it, but I
Hmm.
believe it came from the European Union government, yeah. the idea of doing it.
Hmm.
So I believe all EU will have to comply. Yeah,
Okay. Spain has
and
done that and implemented it, correct?
yeah,
You're sure about that? It's
in Spain,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
we heard
happening.
that they already working on this system, so they have to issue invoices directly in the centralized database.
Right.
So
So companies has to do that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and this will develop. So I believe there will be some artificial intelligence that also will go through the data internally
Of
in the
course.
government and will find some transactions that are, you know,
Oh yeah.
um,
Oh yeah. They would be
should be
doing a
checked
lot
and
of things.
verified. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
probably it makes sense. Yes.
Hmm.
So this whole process
Hmm.
will be coming. We have to deal with
Right.
it.
So thinking of tax evaders and fraudulent people, how much ratio is that in Poland? I don't have any huge experience in Poland specifically. So will that solve that problem, or it's not a problem there at all, or a very minor
The
problem?
gray zone, yes, of people who are not paying taxes. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. I meant that.
Um, Well, I believe we have a gray zone, but nobody, knows exactly how big is it. Yeah.
Right. Now they will. Now they will know.
Now they will know. Yes,
Yeah.
I believe still there will be people who will try
Still.
to
Yeah. They will. Yeah.
run
Mm.
run some operations this way, but it will be more difficult.
More
Yeah,
difficult. Hmm.
definitely more difficult.
How
So,
much is the gray zone? You don't know, or you're not aware of that? Any ideas out of
uh,
100?
well, I don't know, but I don't think there are any official data because it's hard to estimate.
Okay.
Our government for many years are telling us that they are want to make the gray zone smaller and smaller, that to be more efficient in VAT collecting
Hmm.
and other taxes gathering for the government, but
Right.
well, nobody actually knows how big it is, and I don't think that they can measure
Right.
it. Yeah,
Right. Second last question.
probably.
We'll make it brief for the first podcast. So,
Okay.
what do you plan to do about it? That's the second last question. About this, how would you reshape yourself? What actions would you take? Any message to the audience who are in a similar profession, or your clients, or the industry, the accounting industry? Um, what thoughts do you have?
I think we will all have to learn new things and adjust, yes, to what is coming because, our profession is still changing and developing. And we have to be more open to what is coming because we cannot stop it, yes? We can deal with it. We can't fight the government not to implement some new things.
Hmm.
So, we just have to adjust and try to make the best of it, yes? So we have to adjust our system, our style of work, and we have to take care of our own knowledge and you know
Yeah.
uh, be better, yes, and uh, be more educated in order to provide better service
Be
because
better in a very different way. I think this time. I mean,
yeah,
this AI thing has happened and changed a lot. We all know that. So we have to be better in a very different way now. We cannot be just incrementally better. We have to be very differently better. Okay.
yeah, we have to try to make the best friend of these changes that are coming. Simply, there's no other way. We cannot fight it. So
It would be
if you
difficult,
cannot
but it's
fight it,
helping. I think it's difficult to change. That's the only problem here. But overall, I see the AI is helping humanity. I think.
yes, for the long range, I believe it is,
Yeah.
yes, but the transformation, it
That's the
is
problem.
difficult, like with
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
there are a lot of old people, yes, almost retired, that still are in the accounting business. They have their companies, and from what I know, because I know a few of them, it's very difficult for them to adjust to all those new computer stuff, yes, and all those electronic transactions that are coming. And as far as I know, some of them probably will just get out of the market and close companies. They will retire and they will say, okay, I don't want to do it anymore. But it's also an opportunity
It
for
is.
people who are ready to learn and to adjust. I think it can be great new markets that
True,
will come.
true, true. If AI is replacing things, why not use AI to build something more attractive and beneficial? I mean, it's just a matter of mindset. Okay. By the way, do you guys transact in cryptocurrencies over there? Is it normal buying and selling at corporate level as at individual level? Does that happen in Poland?
Um, there is more and more people interested in crypto. I personally do play on the crypto market, but it's not within my business activity. Basically, I do learn crypto market and I try to, have some benefits. I'm learning of the, market analysis of some, stuff. And I started like 2 years ago of learning the whole thing. But there's more and more people who are also learning and trying to do some benefits basically.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not so common in the corporate area. Like if you have company, that most people, most entrepreneurs are, doing some transaction on their own, like investing and getting some, income from it, but not so much in the business area
Can you
because
buy grocery? Can you buy
uh,
grocery by cryptocurrency?
Um, technically, you can already because, for example, Binance is offering you the visa that you can pay it with crypto at
Mm.
any shop, just like any ordinary bank
Mm. Mm.
debit card or something. But yeah, lately I was at some fairs in Lodz in my city, and there was this guy that was selling some sweet stuff, and he had like the advertisement, please pay in Bitcoin, yeah, and there was this address given. So I well, it was something new, yes, because it's very rare at
Mm.
this point, but it's coming and
Mm.
it's developing,
Mm.
and I believe it will in the future
Right.
because now people in Poland are not so accustomed with it. Yeah,
Mm.
it's
Mm.
something new that is just spreading.
Right. Right. My last question. Did I missed anything? Of course, I would have. That you wanted to say, ask, or tell, or share? Anything? Any questions that you think could be added to the podcast?
Um, I think there's there's plenty to say about
Yeah.
accounting, but not everything is of people's interest. Yes, for most people it's just boring. Yeah,
Mm.
and uh, basically it is not. Accountants are a bit more like tax lawyers. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if it's the correct term, but we have to know a lot of regulations, and it's not just manual work of inputting invoices.
Mm-hmm.
There's more to it. And someone who just looks from behind, then it may say, okay, you just have to put invoice in the system. That's all you can do. Yeah, but it's
Right.
not so simple.
Well, even if
Yeah.
we put invoices in the system, but the way I also have studied accountancy and tax a bit, so I know that the points where you can save your tax, and you know the how to defer and depreciation and how to defer tax, or how to take advantage of some grants and things like these. Uh, that cannot be done by just inputting invoicing. But yes, a software may be made who would have all the conditions, who would ask the questions, the dates, and plan and give you a plan with the best tax strategy. That is possible, of course. Someone has to input the criteria and get the input from the user. That will make a huge difference. I'm not sure how many software like that are in the market, but I can relate because I have studied both software and accounting, so I can relate the two things. What do you think on that?
Where there are some people who are in tax optimization, but what is happening at this point, that basically if you just are in Poland, you have very limited options of doing that, yeah, of paying legally less taxes by doing something, yes. Well, of course there is some possibility, but very little. So basically what people are right now looking for is more international tax optimization. And there are some people and some lawyers that are doing it, but it's very complicated. It requires a lot of knowledge, not only for
Hmm.
Polish regulations, but for some other countries.
Yeah.
And there are not so many of them. Yeah.
True. True.
And those services are extremely expensive,
True.
basically, at this point. So if people are trying to do it, they basically have to have a huge company in order to be able to afford it.
True.
Yes, because if you want to have profits in terms of taxes, and then you have the cost of the people who will do it for you, then it has to, balance.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so it's not so easy.
Hmm.
But yeah, sometimes I have clients coming and they expect from me to make some miracle happen with their taxes, and it's not possible. Especially that there are some, you know, in accounting, especially in our countries, it's like that we have lawyers, we have tax advisors, we have auditors, and we have accountants. Yes, there's like four different professions that are not exactly the same.
True.
Each of them can do different things. And for example,
Hmm.
I'm the accountant, but you need a tax advisor to advise you and interpret law for you.
Hmm.
Yes, a tax law. So basically, the optimization can be done only by the lawyer or by the tax advisor. Yeah,
Hmm.
and not directly by an accountant you find on the market. So
So you have not seen such a software or not even envisioned or heard that might take the parameters, the input, the when what was your last profit or balance sheet values, when did you purchase an asset, what was the cost of goods sold, what was your profit, what was your tax last year, how much can you get rebates or deferred tax, and compare that with the local laws of that country, the local resolutions, rules of that current tax year, compare that, do the calculation, and in few seconds come up with the best tax saving strategy. I see it possible, but I don't think I have heard of
I
that.
have not seen it because I don't believe it's so simple.
It's not.
Perhaps if the AI will be coming, it will be able to do it. But
Yeah.
at this point, I don't think AI has all the data required yet. And, you know,
Mm.
for each country, because we are having some clients that has accounting according to the Polish regulation, because they have a subsidiary here, but they also do reporting for the mother company, for example, in US. Yeah. So we work on US GAAP and at the same time on our Polish standard. And we have two completely different financial results. Yeah.
Mm.
So, it's not easy just to click and see the taxes calculated at
True.
many
True.
different ways. You
True.
have to do it manually, and sometimes there are differences in the details. So, without
Mm.
booking all the invoices of the customer, you can't really tell. Yes,
True.
because
True.
there are
It's
many,
definitely
many.
definitely it's very hard, but think if that thing is made, what would be the value of that thing, if that software? Of course you would have to input the invoices, you have to input the valuation of the asset, the depreciation rate, or all the
Yeah,
things, but once you have done
it,
that.
it would be great. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that was the last thing, and we'll be in touch for the next podcast. This one was short. So if you had anything in your
Okay.
mind, anything you want to discuss, maybe there will be groups with like-minded people, more accountants, maybe. So let's see.
Okay. It would be great to exchange, some
Hmm.
views,
Hmm. Lovely talking. Lovely
especially
talking.
from other countries, yes, how
Hmm.
they are dealing with this stuff and how
True.
they're solving their problems.
True. True.
And,
Hmm.
it's interesting.
Hmm.
So I'm very open.
Hmm.
So
Fantastic. Fantastic. So thank you. Thank you for your time. So see you around. Get in touch. We can
Okay.
collaborate on email. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for the invitation.
Thank you. My
All the
pleasure.
best.
Totally, totally my
And
pleasure. Thank you. Bye bye.